beef. Bring it to me. I'm here for it. Let's start with the phones. Running through the phones. 1-800-636-8686. Clint in Mississippi is going to set the tone. What's going on, Clint? What is your beef?
Hey, Mr. Rome. Yeah, my beef is with TSA agent. I was in Atlanta last week trying to get my connection to Grafenberg, and the guy asked me, "Sir, you know you can't wear your cap backwards like that." And I said, "Well, is that a security issue?" He goes, "No, it's a because you're over 30 years old issue." Well, isn't that a fine howdy do?
My man, that is a fine howdy do. That's incredible. You know who once hit me with that in public? When I had my lid flipped around backwards years ago. You won't believe this. You know who told me to turn my hat around when I saw him in public? Pete Rose. In the Valley. I saw Pete. He's like, "Yo, Romy, what's up?" "Hey, man, turn your hat around." True story. Isn't that a howdy do? A TSA agent told him to turn his hat around, and not because it was a security issue, but because he was over the age of 30. Amazing. Let's go to Sacktown. Like, this will not be amazing. I already know this. Let's go to Sacktown. Ryan in Sacktown. Yo, Ryan, I can't wait. What's your beef?
Hey, what's up, JR? My beef is with Mike and La Quinta. Mike, until yesterday, I thought you resided at that seedy motel chain with free breakfast that Ray wouldn't touch. But here's the deal, bellboy. Keep Sacktown out your mouth, or I'll show up in your first world city, withdraw $20, and crash your entire banking system. And oh yeah, room 22 is still waiting on shower caps. Out.
Ryan, 1-800-636-8686. Mike and La Quinta did take a run at Ryan yesterday. Let's go to Michigan. We're running through phone calls. Carl in Michigan. Carl, good to have you. What's your beef?
Hey, Van Smack, thanks for the vine. I got pedestrian beef. Jim, my beef is with these stop signs outside the store. Jim, your mom and my mom taught us to stop and look both ways before we cross. Now these people just walk right out in front of you. Not only that, Jim, they walk slow. And they walk at a diagonal. I mean, a position player's fastball thinks they're slow. Jim, war, Michael Block at the Colonial, and war, our hopes pinned on the Lions. I'm out.
All right, Carl. He had a beef on peds. Literally. Pedestrian beef. That's different. Let's try Arizona. Chris in Arizona, good to have you. Chris, what's your beef?
What's good, Jim Rome? Let me tell you, my beef is with Brad and Corona. And let me set this up by just comparing it to these superstar players in the NBA who have no killer instinct. They're unable to step up at the level we expect because they've been told, like, since they were 9 that every loss, it's not really a failure. You're just learning, and you're a champion. No one can take that away from you. And now they're making all this money, which is great for them, but it's bad for me. It's bad.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like
Dude, that made no sense whatsoever.
Not a very good call.
If you're coming at the GOAT, it's one thing to say you best not miss. But if you're coming at the GOAT, you best be at least coherent. What kind of an argument was that? Not that Bradley needs me to defend him. I just need your argument to make sense, and that did not. All right, keep it moving. 1-800-636-8686. You callers are not having the best day. Maybe it'll get better now. Let's try Vegas. Dino, what's your beef? Dino? All right, Dino, now you're done.
No.
That didn't make it better.
You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
All right, Tommy, I know you're working pretty hard. Should we stay with the calls or change up and hope to change our luck? Let's go to Madison. Great town. Good things happen there. Pete in Madtown. Pete, what's your beef?
Hey, Jim, thanks for taking my call. My beef is with the architect who designed the building I work in. So in the men's room, they've got the door swinging open to the right, inward into the room. And then right behind that door on the right-hand wall, they put the hand dryer. So if you're standing there hand drying your hands, door opens, you get hit with the door. This guy's some kind of genius.
Hey, yeah, how'd they push that through? That's kind of weird. I wonder if our son Jake, who does work in Madison, who loves his job, is dealing with something similar. Is that a Madison thing or just that one architect? Who didn't catch that? All right, not our best call day beef-wise. I want to change up. Let's go to the written beef, see if that helps. Hey, Jim. Didn't we already have this beef exchange? Here it is again. My beef is with Ryan in Sucktown. I usually do not go after clones, but this idiot has earned it. Ryan. Didn't we read this yesterday? Is this the exact same one, Tommy? Ryan, I know that you think you're hilarious when you practice your smack in the bathroom mirror in your grandma's basement in Sacramento. That whole first part of it is the same. I'm going to skip that. You know what? This is not a good beef segment so far. This one says, my beef is with blinkerless lane changer guy. Has the task of flipping the blinker handle up or down become too stressful? Which way are you going, D-bags? I kind of need to know, and it's not asking too much. Sammy in H-Town. Wells, my beef is with carrot cake. What a stupid-ass dessert. If I wanted to eat vegetables, I would eat vegetables during dinner. Don't go and ruin dessert by making some cake full of carrots. Yeah, I don't know, Wells. They smother the carrots with sugar and cream cheese. Bro, you could use carrots. A lot of them. And as long as they're going to let you eat them and mix them in with a dessert, you should be rejoicing. It's not Brussels sprouts cake. You're making no sense, dude. Per usual. Hey, Jim, my beef is with mosquitoes. What the hell is their ecological purpose? To be bat food and annoy humans. They are the little pieces of poop in the bucket of ice cream that is the animal kingdom. Best. Will in Erie. Jim, my beef is with ice. Why is it that when I purchase a bag of frozen water, the cubes are welded together in search of a luxury liner? It's a great line, actually. He goes on. I found myself having to OJ the bagged iceberg into little crystals. Now I have shredded water, and my wife is pissed because her socks are wet from the puddles on the floor. Tim in Clifton Park, well done. Tim is good, dude. Tim in Clifton Park is pretty clever. I like what he brings to it. Hey, Rome, I have a beef with the new guy in the office. Dude is wearing no less than 15 of those bead or friendship bracelets. Hey, I get it. If your daughter made one for you, or if you wear one for a loved one that passed away, but 15 freaking bracelets? Come on, bag. You're not a high school kid. Be a professional. Aaron in Iowa. Romy Rome. My beef is with coworkers bringing me food that they've made. I appreciate the gesture, Karen. But after hearing stories of your 3 cats, I think I'm going to pass on your hairball brownies. Patrick in Alabama. Rome, my beef is with La Flop. Does this dude suffer from an inner ear problem? How in the world does somebody who goes 6'9", 250 plus with my new helper who thinks he can slough off during your show so he can hear you better? Get to work, kid, or it's going to be, if you're getting ready to graduate, colleges graduate students. English 101. Come on, do better. Alan, don't do that. Alan at 505, don't do that, Alan. Come on, man. Do you want to be that guy? Really? I know I said you can have a beef about anything you want, but not that. Rome, I have beef with my mom. still in contact with my ex-girlfriend. Hey, Mom, I know you always wanted a daughter, but get over it. I did. Todd no longer in Hermosa Beach. That's interesting. That's not like original, but that's interesting. You know, Dodger Jano is still in contact with some of the boys' exes. But the boys' exes don't have a problem because they're nice gals. It just didn't work out. Everybody is mature. I'll leave it at that. James Rome III. Actually, there is no James Rome III because there is no James Rome II. I have a grievance with the repetitive plot lines in the show Succession. Will a deal get done? Will the board approve? Does Shiv have ulterior motives? We get it. Please move the story along. Beauregard in Pacific Palisades. Beauregard, is the show not done? I'm an ep or two behind, but is the show not already done effectively? But I know what you're saying. It can. I love the show, but it can be a little repetitive. Drew in West LA. I got a beef with red velvet cake. It's just chocolate with red food coloring. Well, I'll give you this, Drew. Not great, but better than the fat guy's carrot cake take. Hey, Jim, my beef is with the beef segment. More of us and less of you. Never a good formula. Rob in Green Bay. Not today, that's for sure. Normally, it's great. War the 25 draft. All right, let's get back to the phones. See if we can salvage something. Let's go to Texas. Jay in Texas. Good to have you, Jay. What's your beef?
Romy, a couple months ago, I called about sex versus the great equalizer. And I wanted to let you know that my wife has a beef with me about making that call. So kind of like what I understand from you and Jana, my wife's super cool. We get along well, but every once in a while I'll do something and she kind of lays me out for it. So when I called about sex versus the great equalizer, I played it back for her on the pod. And the first thing she said was, wait, that was you, because I used a fake name. And I said, yeah. So I started backpedaling, and then her response was, what is the great equalizer? And I told her. So she said, you left the frat house about 30 years ago. Now you're calling a national, I think, sports radio show to talk about sex and diarrhea. Then she proceeded to ask me if the Rome guy was married and wondered what his wife thought about it, called me daddy frat boy for a weekend, and then finished with, Stephen Smith would never put up with that call. Yes, Stephen Smith. So my wife had a beef with me acting a little out of school, Romy, and I thought you might enjoy how that worked out for me.
Actually, I did, Jay. I enjoyed that a lot. Well done, daddy frat boy. I did enjoy that. I love that he played it back for her, and then she started to kind of disseminate the whole thing like, wait, that was you. That wasn't fake you. That was actually you. And what is the great equalizer? And you combine sex and diarrhea, and you called a show with it? And, quote, Stephen Smith would never put up with that? Maybe not. Hey, I don't recall that I put up with that, or did I? Anyway, good recap. 1-800-636-8686. Well, I'm going to fight through it. That actually got us back on track. Let's go to Tucson. Johnny. It's a beef segment. Johnny, what's your beef?
Hey, Jim, my beef is with my head of hair and you. I'm the same age as you, and I got gray hair. You don't have a gray hair on your head. And also that guy that called you Matthew McConaughey.
What about him? You're bent that somebody thinks that I look like Matthew McConaughey? The funny thing about it is, guys don't call me that. Women do, though. And I don't really know why. And it's not one, and it's not two. It's happened multiple times. And in terms of me not having a gray hair on my head, I got a few. Dude, you need a better plan. I've got like an amazing stylist. I'm not going to lie to you. And I try to work out. And I've got decent, not great, decent genetics. And most of all, even though Father Time is a mother believer and has never lost, I try to push back. I try to fight back. You can. Stay in the fight, yo. Push back. Push back against Father Time. Push back against the deterioration. Do some work. Move. Throw the weights around. Get your cardio in. Eat better. Drink less. Have fun. But you can maintain that look. And as far as Matthew McConaughey goes, I don't get that either. But I'm telling you, people stop me and go, hey, yo, McConaughey. Hey, you know who you look like? Yeah, I know. Matthew McConaughey. Right. I'm like, not really. But I get that. I'm telling you, that's happened about 15 times. Never from dudes. But the ladies do. There are worse things. I mean, they could tell me I look like Wells. That would suck. Anyway, 1-800-636-8686. Let's try Vince in Maryland. Vince, what's your beef?
Hey, Jim. How you doing today, my man?
Good, dude. You?
I'm doing fine, but here's my thing, and it's real quick. My beef is with the Beefs. They just haven't been strong the past few segments. As you say, Jim, get in, get out. I'm out, brother.
My man. So, your take on the Beefs is that the Beefs suck. Because that made them better. That didn't help. I mean, he's not wrong, but that's not making it better. Come on. Come on. I'm pushing through it. Let me try this guy. Bo in Nashville. I've got a good feeling about this. I just do. I could be wrong, but I've got a good feeling about this. Bo, good to have you. Bo, what's your beef?
Jim, you know what my beef is, man. You my guy, I would never beef with you. And you know you got a good feeling when you call on me because you remember me, man. I no longer work at AT&T. I'm a dump truck driver now, Jim. So this is the thing. Fellas, when y'all call in the Jim Rome Show, the Jim Rome Show, man, y'all better bring some content, some delivery, some excitement, and some energy, man. The guy that was talking about the TSA agent with the hat cocked backwards when you over 30. Look, man, I'm over 30. I got braids, I got swag, and my shoe game is tight, and I got drip. So that let me know that you didn't walk that walk and talk that talk, and you wasn't that part. This other cat is talking about Jim Rome. Somebody said he looked like Matthew McConaughey. Jim ain't got that many grades, but he does. Hey, man, that's all I can say. You might need to step your sex game up because I know Jim Rome handling his business, man, so leave the great stuff alone. The other guy that was talking like he was hyperventilating, stop that, dude. Get your mind right. Pause. Chill. The other guy talking about the stop signs, something diagonally. Look, it lets me know you're from a little city. You got to come to Nashville, man. Broadway, where we had the biggest draft show ever. Live, man. We got diagonal crossing zones, man. You can watch how you want to walk. Step your game up. Jim, you my man. Abby, I love y'all. I'm flexing, and I'm out.
I love you, dude. Bo in Nashville. That's why I had a good feeling about Bo in Nashville. He nailed that. He said, you know why you have a good feeling about me, Jim Rome? Because you know me. You know what I'm about. You know what I bring to it. And he's right. He was right about everything he said. Bo, my guy, it's not your fault. I don't know what it is. If you had a cleaner signal, I would have listed you right there on the spot based on your drip, based on your swag, based on your energy, based on your content, and based on you checking everybody else hard who calls this show. It was that good of a call. Loved it. My man, don't be a stranger. If I can get you a cleaner line, you're a watch lister all day long because you can't teach what that guy has. I mean, my man could play his way into a golden ticket. He makes it better. That energy makes it way better, and you can't teach that. He's right. I love Bo said, I no longer work at AT&T. I'm driving a dump truck right now. My man, whatever you're doing it right. You're doing it well. I know you're bringing a certain energy to it. I do love him. I knew it. I love the way he jumped me like, man, you know why you feel good about me because I'm me, Jim Rome. You know why you feel good about Bo in Nashville? Because I'm Bo in Nashville. Hell yes, you are. The only thing missing from that was you know who the hell I am? Evel Knievel would have approved of that message. You know who the hell I am? Bo in Nashville.
You know who the hell I am?
That pumped me up. Great job, Bo. Appreciate you. I think we're done. All right, well, let's walk off on that. Why don't we walk off on that? That is your beef segment.